Welcome back once again, all of my low carb friends, and for those of you who are here for the first time, welcome. Today I have a video by request. Dizzy Chef 9502 asked if I can show a keto version of Spanish wedding cookies. So Dizzy Chef, I hope you are watching because today that is just what we're going to do. We are going to make keto Spanish wedding cookies. So if you want a printable version of this recipe, you can check out my website at janet'sdeliciouslowcarbkitchen.com. You can find a printable version of this recipe and other goodies there for you. And if you're new to the channel and you want to see lots of easy, delicious, low-carb keto recipes, make sure you click that subscribe button and click the notification bell that's right next to the subscribe button. That way you can be notified every time I put out videos, at least every Wednesday and Saturday. And if you'd like to help support the channel, make sure you scroll down in the description of the video. You'll see some affiliate links. Anytime you purchase anything using those affiliate links, a small portion of your purchase will go to me and help support the channel. Also, I am on cal.com. I'll put a link in the description. You can click the link. And if you would like to, you can tip me, which is another way to help support the channel. So while you do all that, let's get cooking. Preheat an air fryer to 330 degrees for about 5 minutes. If you don't have an air fryer, then preheat an oven to 350 degrees and line a large baking sheet with parchment paper. In a medium mixing bowl, combine 91 grams or around 13 tablespoons of coconut flour, 7 grams or around 1½ teaspoons of baking powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Sift these all together until everything is fully combined and there are no lumps in the dry ingredients, then set it aside for a minute. Place a ½ cup of butter that's been softened in a large mixer bowl. You want this just to be softened. You do not want it melted. You just want it soft enough to mix in smoothly. Sift in 32 grams or around 1/4 cup of the powdered sweetener of your choice. I'm using powdered monk fruit allulose blend. You can use whatever powdered sweetener. Beat on medium-high for about 1 minute or until creamy. Scrape down the sides of the bowl and push the butter and sweetener mixer to the center of the bowl. Add 2 large room temperature eggs. Make sure they're room temperature so they beat in smoothly. Add 120 grams or around a ½ cup of room temperature yogurt or room temperature sour cream. Again, you want this room temperature so it mixes in smoothly. I actually used vanilla flavored yogurt. You can use plain yogurt or flavored. Add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Beat on medium for about 20 to 30 seconds or just until everything is fully combined. You can scrape down the sides of the bowl as needed. Turn your mixer on to low and gradually add the bowl of dry ingredients to your wet ingredient that's in your mixer bowl. Make sure you do this gradually and allow the dry ingredients to beat into the wet ingredients after each addition. And again, if you need to, you can stop your mixer and scrape down the sides. You want to make sure that all the dry ingredients get fully combined. Once the dry ingredients is all added, then increase your speed to medium and beat on medium for another 20 to 30 seconds or just until a smooth, moist dough forms. This dough is going to be very moist, but it should still come together in a ball and be able to be shaped. Use a wooden spoon and gradually fold in 37 grams or around a 1/4 cup of finely chopped pecans or the nuts of your choice. If you want to keep this nut-free, you can use flaked coconut or coarsely blended seeds of your choice. The best seeds for this are either hemp seeds, pumpkin seeds, or sunflower seeds. You can adjust the amount of nuts or seeds that you're using or coconut flakes. You can adjust the amount according to your personal taste. For me, a 1/4 cup was great. Line a clean work surface with a silicone mat or with parchment paper. Scoop the dough out 1 tablespoon at a time onto your work surface. Roll each dough scoop into a smooth, tight ball. Use your hands and very lightly flatten the tops of each one of the dough balls. You don't want these to be pressed thin. You just want the tops to be slightly flat. Also, as you are shaping them and flattening them, make sure the dough stays smooth at all times. If there are any cracks in the dough, it will crack while it is cooking. So you want to make sure the dough is smooth. Line your preheated air fryer basket with a silicone mat or some parchment paper. Remember, never put loose parchment paper into your air fryer. It is a fire hazard. Place your cookies in a single layer on your lined preheated air fryer basket. Make sure you leave a little bit of space between each one of the cookies. so that you can get a nice even cook. If you're baking these, just put them on your prepared lined baking sheet and again leave space in between each one of the cookies. Air fry at 330 degrees for about 5 minutes or until the cookies are golden. If you're baking these, bake at 350 degrees for about 10 to 12 minutes or until the cookies are golden. Once the cookies are all cooked, open your air fryer or your oven, whatever you're using. Your cookies will be very soft, but they will firm up as they cool. Allow the cookies to cool in your air fryer or on your baking sheet for at least 5 minutes or until they're firm enough to remove. After 5 minutes, transfer the cookies to a wire rack and allow them to cool 5 more minutes or until they are mostly cooled. You still want them to have some warmth in them, but you don't want them to be hot. While the cookies are cooling, sift another 32 grams or around a 1/4 cup of the powdered sweetener of your choice into a wide bowl. Check on your cookies after they've sat on your rack for 5 minutes, and again, you want them to be warm, not hot, but warm. Place the warm cookies one at a time into your powdered sweetener and turn them over several times so they can be fully coated with the powdered sweetener. Make sure all sides get fully coated. If you need to, you can add a little bit more powdered sweetener to the bowl as needed. Once the cookies are coated, then place them on a wire rack and continue the coating process until all the cookies are completely coated with the powdered sweetener. Once all the cookies are coated and on the wire rack, then allow them to cool for about 15 minutes or until they are completely cooled. After 15 minutes, add another 32 grams or around a 1/4 cup of powdered sweetener into your bowl again. Roll each cookie a second time into the powdered sweetener. You want to make sure that the cookies are fully coated with a good amount of the powdered sweetener all the way around. Again, as you need to. If you need to add more powdered sweetener to your bowl, you can do that.
Alrighty, here we are with my little Spanish wedding cookie, or I've heard some people call it Mexican wedding cookie. I guess it really depends on where you're from and what you want to call it, but it doesn't really matter. It looks good, it smells good, that's always good. Let's taste this bad boy. Really nice and soft with just a little bit of crunch with those chopped nuts in there, or seeds, whichever one you choose to use. How much crunch there is in the middle of the cookie all depends on how many nuts or seeds or whatever you put in there. And you technically could put any extract flavor if you wanted it to be a different flavor other than vanilla. You can put any extract and adjust it according to your personal taste. For me, the 1 teaspoon of vanilla is perfection. Yum. Very tasty. Very, very, very yummy. Thumbs up. Yes.
You can eat these immediately. If you do have any leftovers, you can store them in an airtight container at room temperature for up to 3 days, or in an airtight container in your refrigerator for up to 5 days. Or you can store these in a freezer-safe airtight container for about 1 month. If you do freeze these, you will need to add more powdered sweetener once they have thawed because the cookies will absorb the powdered sweetener as they are frozen. Eat and enjoy.
And that's our recipe of the day. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you want to see more videos like this, make sure you click that thumbs up like button, click that subscribe button, leave me a comment if you want to. Let me know if there's any recipes that you'd like to learn how to make, and I'll do what I can to get those out there for you. And as always, keep cooking.